How do I start a video again? I don't remember. Hey guys, I'm back. We did I did another game. Finished another game. Dropping stuff on my desk. Finished another game. This time it is the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is like a remaster of, you know, the much older Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. And I don't know why I even did this game, to be honest. My brother was playing this game, and then I joked that he should do it, and then I figured why tell him to do it when I can do it. And I had no idea the can of worms that I opened when I started doing this, because it took me about 50-something hours to actually 100% this, and if I'm honest, that's like 45 more hours than anyone should ever actually play this game, because they want too much out of you to do this. So pro tip, if you want to complete this game, you better really like this game, because it's a grind and it shouldn't be this way. But this time I wrote a list, so let's see if I can have structure in my stupid video. Yes, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. It is literally Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's a bit remastered. I did not play this game originally. I don't have these. The one that I played a long time ago was Pro Skater 3, actually. So it's kind of the first time I get to play these. But it's all of the maps from both games. I don't know if Chopper Drop and Skate Heaven are new or not for the second game, but I mean, it is what it is. You have all of the levels. If you had played this before, I'm sure you're familiar with it. They all have little goals on all of the maps, typical stuff you'd expect, like collect skate and get the secret tape, if anyone nowadays remembers what a VHS tape is anyway. It does have this third mode for... I'm gonna cut that out. It has this third mode for ranked and free skate that I guess you could set leaderboard points against your friends on different maps as well as custom levels. And this does have a custom level editor, but I did not really care so much about the custom like leaderboard thing. I don't know anybody that's really playing this on PC, and this is not cross-platform, so I couldn't play it with my brother that has it on, I think, like PS5, but I have it on PC, just for the record. Yes, so you have, you know, custom levels, all the levels from Pro Skater 1 and 2. You can play online, you can play local multiplayer. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think I got it cheap, and for cheap, it's really entertaining. But if we're honest, what you really end up wanting to do is you want to basically play each level and complete the little level goals for both games, and then that's really the end of it. That's kind of just where it stops. And this wants you to go much further than that. So that's really up to you if you're into playing it that far. But before I move on, I think it's also worth pointing out that this has a different soundtrack than the other two games. It has many songs that were returning, but it also has newer stuff that I know there's no way that was there. And I didn't exactly look this up or, you know, check or fact check anything, but I'm pretty confident that MGK track is not an original song, you know, pretty confident in that. But yeah, I mean, it's a soundtrack. Many of them are what you think. Some of them are new, I'm guessing. But people like the soundtrack of this game. It's a good soundtrack. But if we're moving on, the achievements, yes. Some of them are easy. I'd argue a fair amount of them are easy. It's really a couple, like 5 or so, that push this into the realm of you shouldn't bother with this, and honestly, they're asking too much. And if I say asking too much one more time, I'm gonna slam my head on the table. A couple easy ones would be like Beep Beep, which is get hit by a vehicle on every map that has one. I'd be shocked if you don't do that on accident, because maps like New York City, there's too many taxis, and I feel like I hit them every time I open that map. 4 for 4, earn any 4 medals on competition parks in tours. If you were doing all of the missions on all of the maps, which you would need to do the achievements, by the way, you're gonna get that. You're just gonna trip over that. Another simple one, Valhalla. Complete every goal in Pro Skater 2 Classic and gain all gold medals. They're simple for a reason. I don't know if it's worth pointing them out when they're this easy, but a fair amount of them are also multiplayer. If I was smart, I would have listed those as well, but I am not smart. I'm gonna pull them up, and I'm talking until I pull them up. Like one of them would be give 50 letters in horse. or a different thing will make you play a lot of multiplayer levels. You don't actually have to play online to do that. You can play local and it considers that multiplayer. It's not specific about that. And I got them without ever playing with another real living human person. I just had split screen on my own thing and just shotgunned 50 letters in horse, and then that was the end of it. But if you want to talk about more of the problematic achievements, a good example is you broke the scoreboard, which would be earn a score of 10 million in a park in a 2-minute session or in a single combo. I have no idea, honestly, how you would normally do that without tricks. And there are a couple ways you can make that really easy. For starters, it says any park, and you can get custom levels. I'm pretty confident if you go in the custom level search browser, there is one right there designed to do this, and it makes it trivial. And a lot of the achievements in this game are also like really specifically worded in a way that if you weren't allowed to use the game's like cheat mod menu, it will tell you. So anytime it doesn't say that, you can usually do something clever to get around the fact that it would be hard to do. And I probably skipped over the fact that it does have a mod menu like perfect rail grind and perfect manuals, and it makes your life really easy if you just want to do these. If I'm honest, if you have maxed out skill points on a skater because you played 2 games in a row, you really don't need those skill points. Or you don't need the mods, because with full skill points, it's simple. It's simple. If you got that far, you don't need the mods to do it. Just don't be an idiot, and you can get it done. I don't know. I didn't have any kind of trouble once I had full skill points. Okay, but getting into the ones that start to become like, I wish they hadn't done this. You're talking about the legendary achievement, which I'm confident is a How I Met Your Mother reference, but there are pockets of challenges within the challenge menu that are listed rookie, veteran, legend, and they all 3 have an achievement list, but it isn't going to be rookie and veteran that cause you the most trouble. It'll be legend, and the stuff in legend is deceptively a lot of work. For example, you gotta shotgun all these. I've got them in front of me here this time, because this time I was ready. One challenge in this list is to complete all challenges in the Creative Skater collection, which means you have to just make a Creative Skater and then max out all of their challenges, which are, a list of different combos, what combos you need to do in a certain thing, stuff you need to do on certain maps even. And it's extensive. It's deceptively extensive, and that's only one tier of this. But if you do that one, you do get the Secret Skater Officer Dick. So that's a different achievement as well. So, I mean, all in all, you'll end up doing some of these. Another example, inside the Legend menu, complete the entire collection for any 3 pro skaters, which means you kind of have to replay the game like 3 times, it feels like. Because you beat the game with, 4 times if you include the Creative Skater. But it's not necessarily like Tony Hawk might have requirements for skill points, but once you do all of the challenges on the maps, you don't really need to go back and do skate ever again. You just need to go back and get the skill points that by now you know where they are. So Tony's challenges would be like do a 900 and then do a 900 with this other combo and these other moves he's known for, and you'd have to do them all in the same one. But what I mean is some of these have extensive, smaller challenges that it looks like it doesn't mean anything, but the one on its own is a huge list of things to do. Within the Legend menu, you would have to complete every park, earn all gold medals on both games, especially with game mods being disabled for the gold medals. I think truly one of the biggest problems in the Legend menu, one of these challenges was to do like 10,000 flip tricks, which you will get if you ignore it eventually, but I'm just warning you, it's a lot. Another achievement, deceptive, is Gap Master, which is complete all Gap collections. Again, that's just, why would you do that? Why would you put that in this game? Gaps in this game are like going from ramp to ramp or from rail to rail. It'll have a special name and it'll show up blue in your combo list, and you do get a bonus for using gaps, but to complete the Gap collection means you need to go down every single map. So, 20 something maps, and you have to find and do every single gap on every single map. I used a video guide to do that because the game does not tell you where the gaps are. It will tell you the name of the gap, and that's all it will tell you. You don't know where they are, you don't know what they are, and it can be really annoying to try to find them. So I would use a guide. I don't have that kind of time, especially not after I had to do 10,000 flip tricks. I'm not fighting it like that. But that takes some time. I mean, is it hard? Some of them are kind of frustrating, but not nearly as frustrating as the next one, which was Got There, which is complete all hard get theres, which are another list of challenges in, I think, skate park challenges. Yeah. And there are regular ones that aren't that bad, and then there are the ones that are specifically listed as hard, which is what this wants. And that is a string of gaps on each map, and there's one hard get there for every map, and they are listed as hard. I believe you're not allowed to use mods for those. If you were, I mean, maybe you don't use mods anyway, maybe don't be that guy. Let me pull one up real quick. Yeah, game mods must be disabled. You do get a lot of like skateboard skins and stuff for this, or boards, but the hard get theres are actually something. Like, you're not gonna walk up and do it. You have to practice it. It would still be worth looking up somebody's guide on what you would, like a way someone would string the gaps together. Especially on Mall, on Pro Skater 1, it can be really tough to do. But yeah, good luck with that one. That's going to take a little bit of practice. It's not impossible, but it's like 20 something maps, and it could take you 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes, depending on how much practice you've had to get these. I probably wouldn't attempt it if you didn't have all of the skill points for whoever you're using. Would probably be better to do, since you have to string a lot of stuff together, and especially on like Bull Ring, it can be really annoying to do. It can be really tough. Bull Ring specifically took a long time to get to work. Good news though, I believe they changed the Roswell one, because the Roswell one was really, really hard, and I did the really, really hard one before it occurred to me they changed it and made it easier, and I wish I would paid attention before I did that. And honestly, the last one is to get to player level 100, which was the last thing I did. And that doesn't sound like it's hard, but it is one of probably the most annoying things in the game, since I did every single other thing, all of the other challenges, all of the other achievements, and I was player level like 68. For some reason, they just wanted you to sit here and spend 3 weeks playing it to get 100. I don't understand why it's like that. It shouldn't be this way. I wanted to be done after I played the first 2 games, and that probably was only 2 to 3 hours of playing this game. There is a cheese that I use to get to level 100. It would be on Pro Skater 2 on Philadelphia. Hopefully I'll put the video in that will show you what the cheese actually is. But there's a way to string a combo that you could use for a different achievement, but you could string combos on Philadelphia and get like a 1,000,000 point combo, and then you would just quit, and it would give you 300 something experience every time you did it, and it would take roughly 30 seconds to do it. But it felt like playing RuneScape at that point, because you're just talking about EXP rates in an hour. I don't know how long you're realistically going to have the focus to just do something 30 seconds at a time and just go bang, 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 and keep doing it, because I was watching YouTube videos and Netflix when I did that. Like, I did not really invest my mental capacity into doing that. And it's just, I don't understand why this game would make me play it for 52 hours to do these. It is a lot more of a challenge than a usual video game would do for achievements. Like, I don't think, certainly like Spider-Man for, PS5 is not this hard, is not this extensive, but I did it kind of just to prove I could do it. Otherwise, if you just wanted to play the game and you get it like 10-15 bucks, and you liked the original games, I think you really appreciate Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. I think it's what you want. I think it updates a lot of stuff. Like, I don't think they had flat ground tricks in certain, like, maybe even the pivot before. It's nice to have. It's nice to have, and it's not a bad game at all, but I don't know if I would recommend trying to get the achievements for it unless you just really, really like it, because it is extensive to do. But ooh, I hit the table. That's about the end of this one. I think I'm gonna work on probably Mortal Kombat now, since I finished one of my massive like grind games, and I can go back to just doing one grind game instead of 2. But we'll see. If you got any other game you think I should look at, or you just want to be really nice to me, you can leave a comment, I suppose. You can just tell me about stuff. If you got this far, thanks at least. You got this far. Don't downvote my video. That's rude. Don't be rude. Oh, don't be rude. It's not fun. Anything you do, you know, comment, like, whatever. That's helpful. If you don't do it, I understand. It's annoying. Yeah, but all right. I'm gonna go. I'm done talking. See you guys next time.
Like and subscribe.
I'll leave that in. I'm just gonna put that in. How about that?